Hi, you guys. Look who I have with me. I have two Heathers. Yes, I have, of course, Heather with Indigo Chrysalis Tarot, and then I have Heather Campbell with Silver Star Priestess. I hope that you will make sure that you are subscribed to both of them. And I do believe that there are links in the description box. All right. And if not, I've given you the name also of their channels. We have a couple of cases that we'll be looking at. One of them is to do with the case, or is now, Heather, was that case at Lake Mead, the body that was found, the dude in the barrel? Oh, God, I know that sounds really harsh, but
because the level of the water,
because it went down, the reservoir went down.
And now they're thinking that this is going to be a regular occurrence. They found
sorry about the noise,
a barrel, and inside they found the skeletal remains. And it was weird because someone's in one channel, they said, well, male remains were found. I'm like, wait a minute, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I didn't see any. And I went through
yes, I've got more info.
Oh, so there's been more. Okay.
Just a bit more, but not much more enough to really like do a screen share. But what I checked was they were able to figure out it was a male, likely from out of Las Vegas and likely during the 70s, 80s, given his shoes that were apparently still in relatively good condition.
Wow.
So it kind of sounds like mob.
Yeah, Las
maybe.
Vegas, yeah.
Yeah, but I figure, hey, it doesn't matter. We'll still throw cards on it. And then the other case is a bit more personal. I had a viewer ask if we would read on a missing brother that they are believing is deceased. And of course, I'm losing my voice. And his name is Reuben Peter Begaye. He is a Navajo. Or Dene of the Dene tribe. And he's been missing since December 2021. So that's real important.
This is the same young man that we read for.
Different.
Oh, this is different. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, Tarot Stash. Tarot Stash will be joining me next Sunday, this coming Sunday, rather.
Cool.
Yes, I look forward to that. And I want to take a moment to say hello to everybody that's in the chat. I want to say thank you for joining. Please put the thumbs up if you will. If you're curious about the cases that we're looking at, it's in the description box and you can Google it, or I'm not sure. I've definitely put the names in with a hashtag, so you can click that, whatever. Okay.
Hey, Sharon.
So we're going to just chat a little bit. Like I said, I've got two Heathers with me tonight. I have Heather Campbell down here, the lovely, I forget where I'm at. Whoop, oop, right there she is. That's Heather Campbell, Silver Star Priestess. And we have Heather, of course, Indigo Chrysalis Tarot. I'll get it right one day. I don't know.
I'm in the process of changing the name from Chrysalis, because I know a lot of readers and a lot of people
trip up on it.
Get confused on exactly what it is, how to pronounce it. So I might try to make it a little bit more YouTube friendly.
And I did that with my name. I think it can help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine was Maijastarot. I don't know if you remember that, if anyone does, but I figured, I thought I'm going to make them learn Latvian, but that just didn't work. So Maija.
I thought it was either Maya or Mahai because of the J in there.
Well, the J is silent, but it's like some people guess everything, but like Maija is just like, oh God, no. And I was just looking at my cat, my BlackCat, and Bear, and she was the inspiration for my name change. So I thought, that's it. Easy for people to remember. And I have a black cat, a very large one. So Silver Star.
I have two.
Yes, you do. Very pretty ones. What about you? We want to learn a little bit about Silver Star Priestess Heather Campbell here. So hit it, Heather.
What do you want to know?
Well, how about what motivated you to start your channel? How about that? And what do you like to do divination wise, and why? I think that's a pretty loaded question. So,
It's a very good
Well, I
question.
started my channel. Actually, I had been studying tarot for, well, I did when I was younger, but because I was raised religiously, of course, I freaked out and threw everything away.
yeah,
So
a
after
lot of people do.
I was like, it's just I wasn't ready for it, and I understand that.
Right. That's all.
And then when I was 28, I had an awakening, and then after my first husband died, I had an awakening, and that
Oh,
triggered a whole bunch of stuff.
bless.
So
And so you had to go through a really traumatic loss
yeah,
that
it was
kicked off.
it was an abusive relationship too. So it, like when we're talking about crimes and stuff, like
Ah,
don't sit aside, and if you think somebody's in trouble, like see what you can do
speak
to help.
up.
Yes.
Like say
Yeah.
something, because I got stuck in a bad relationship for 18 years. He died when I was 34. So
And you were probably very young then when you got together with him.
I was 16.
Yeah.
A baby.
I got
can't
pregnant like a year later.
I can't imagine being with somebody that from when I was 16. Oh, what I know the guys that I was dating at that time, and it's like, oh my goodness, no. You know.
Yeah.
My sister was in a similar situation for almost 18 years.
It just teaches you to value yourself when you're out of it, and to actually honor yourself and to love yourself, because you wouldn't be in that situation if you had like self-respect and love for yourself.
Right. Oh my God. It's so interesting that you say that. And I was about to say, but it's not funny. But I have been doing a lot of off-camera readings. And I do it for myself and my family. And, my family's been going through some issues. I just had to, stand up for one of my oldest that was going through something, and tell their abusive ex to F off, and to F all the way off. And, and that I will come for them. But it felt really good. But all my cards were talking about was domestic violence. DV, we'll call it that.
Yeah, DV.
Because we know that, YouTube gets a little
very
fussy.
triggering.
And it's triggering as well. So I think it's nice if we just, I do have post-traumatic stress. I went through, hard time growing up, bullied big time, punched, I've been drug across the floor, all that. So, I can understand how people feel too. And I'm very empathetic, and I'm guessing you are as well.
Yeah.
So where did you grow up, Heather Campbell?
I still live in Utah. I'm from Utah.
Beautiful state.
So it's a beautiful state. I don't know. It's transitioned a lot, which is nice. There's not so many religious people. It's kind of more balanced now, I feel like, than when I was growing up.
Really? Because I know I've got an antiquated, idea, because most of what I remember was that some of my friends that were Mormon growing up, they were, that it is part of that.
It's part of that. I grew up LDS, but I don't know. It just wasn't for me. That's all I'll say. It wasn't for me.
Yeah, that's right. That's how I feel too. I don't, as long as nobody's like saying, hey, then something nasty, then we can go, okay, now you crossed the line.
That's why I don't like, I got baptized Catholic too, just
Me too.
Yeah.
Like it was kind of a rebellious thing, and I was angry. I was like, that's not for me either. It's beautiful.
Turned out yes, ditto. And I was a Eucharistic minister, and I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. And I enjoyed all of that. I just didn't enjoy the lack of freedom for women and people that are not
exactly
male conservatives, and identify differently. And I thought, what's the harm? I thought, no, if you really want to be like Jesus, we don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my last straw was when the priest said, "Don't smoke, don't drink, and don't drink coffee." And I'm looking at him like, "What? There's a reason I am not LDS."
Yeah, my one of my good friends, very much. She was actually motivated to join the church because it would have wanted to quit smoking cigarettes. But I thought, girlfriend. But you know what?
There's other
Everybody.
ways to quit smoking.
Yep, each their
I
own.
quit smoking cold turkey without that. But I'm not trying to, I don't want to like be judgy. Okay. That's, you know, some people, and a friend of mine that grew up in what's the other one? It's not the LDS, but it's the
Scientology.
Baptist.
No,
Church
of
Evangelical.
It's a big one. They're
I'm
vegan.
trying
They're
to think.
vegetarian.
Is it Jehovah's Witness?
No, they're vegetarian.
What?
Oh,
Seventh Day Adventist. That's it. That's it.
What. Yeah, Shan helped me with that one.
Thank you. I heard him. I was like, thank you. Points for him for getting through my menopausal fog. But yeah, she grew up that way, and she was, you know, gosh, she has so much baggage that she had to sort through because it was really thrust upon her, pushed, you know, by her dad was shall we say, enthusiastic. And I'll keep her name out of here for privacy reasons. But and one of the things that she told me was, and I grew up without, I mean, my parents had me baptized it was a Protestant Christian church, Methodist, because my grandma went to one, you know, that one. But it was like, it was basic Christian. Yeah. And it was, you know, and my grandma went there. So that's why, but they were by no means like, you know, gung ho, but it was just, you know, kind of what you did. Part of the tradition. You get your baby baptized, 1968.
Yeah, my grandparents were happy when I didn't baptize my kids. I was like, I'm letting them choose.
I think that's perfectly fine too.
Everybody has a different path.
Yes.
And I think for me, when I know a lot of people probably here have heard of Silver Ravenwolf. She was very popular back in the early 90s with
I didn't hear of her, and I was all into the 90s schmindies. And then I took a big break because of
Silver Ravenwolf
a lot of freaks.
Silver Ravenwolf had to ride a silver broomstick, to stir a magic cauldron.
Okay, I remember the title. Okay.
And in her books, she was very like, well, you know, we need to be respectful, this and that and whatnot. Right. And then when I got to meet her in person, because her teacher ended up being one of my teachers. Cool. And they invited her to an open circle, and I brought a book for her to sign. And I mentioned, you know, I was raised, you know, Catholic. So it was her Angels book. And she looked at me and she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I'm like, "Whoa.
Are you kidding?"
I was like, "Wait a minute. Her real name is Janine." I was just like, "Sweetheart, wait a minute. You just say in your books." And I looked at her and I said, "Don't be sorry." I go, I had the goddess early. You know what I mean? I was just like surprised. Because back then still.
But I'm so glad that you were, though you were caught off guard, that you had a very good answer, that you found her early.
You know, I'm not sorry, but for many years, I was that one that was kind of caught in the middle where if I was in, you know, pagan circles or company, I couldn't talk about my, you know, Mary or parts of my Catholic upbringing that I still hold. And then when I would be, of course, around Christian family, don't you dare talk about how, you know. So
the more again.
But it's changed so much more. It's so more accepting. And I'm not ashamed to say that, you know, I was raised Catholic. It gave me morality, you know, my morals. It taught me
the good from everything that you can find.
It taught me of the goddess, taught me about, you know, Virgin Mother, you know, and later, of course, the crone, you know, to add to it.
That's right. My stage, no.
But
your
then
stage,
I left,
no.
of course, saying too. When
Heather, you look way too young for that.
What's that?
Heather Campbell down here is going to say, I think that we're just, you and I are a couple of chatty boxes, and she's just sitting here going,
Yep. Sorry, Heather.
I'm just listening.
No, I wanted to ask her, and I didn't mean to stop you, because I never.
Oh yeah, I've been over this.
But I wanted to see. How, if you don't mind my asking, how old are you? How long have you been, on this journey, on this earth thing that we're.
Well, it's been an all life thing. I've had 3 awakenings, but the most intense one was after my husband died. Yes. And then it's really a weird story because, like I said, he was abusive and all that. I met my husband and I'm with, I was still married. And we both felt that. And then 4 months later, he died. And then 4 months later after that, I just happened to be with one of my best friends that I grew up with. And we've been together ever since.
That's wonderful.
So my son actually made me get him the Alice in Wonderland deck, and the David Bowie deck came out.
I've got that one. It's really beautiful.
So I got the limited edition, and that's like where it all started.
Man, sister, you started on a good place.
I would love to do an 80s women's tarot deck or oracle deck. And all the greats, and not just 80s.
I'm more 90s, but I feel it. I know what you guys mean when you've got that music that you love, because that's what I do, as you guys know. That's how it's kind of cathartic. I've got to like shake my little butt and crank my headphones up.
I do the same thing. That's the funniest part. So I laugh.
Oh, good, because of my family, and I must say I've got to get better. But they say, I've been trying to call you. And I'm like, I just had to like let some stuff go, man. I just,
I had to use my coping skills. I needed time for myself.
Yep. That's why I go in the bathtub, put my headphones on, lock the door. I'm like, I'm in
your own
I don't hear
concert. You were in your own private concert.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
You know who would make the great devil card for female inspired tarot deck would be Courtney Love.
She would.
So many people see her as the
gosh.
Well,
she totally would.
I love Courtney Love. I love her music and home. But,
she's done some good things, and she's done some not so good things.
I remember Madonna's reaction to her at MTV Awards.
That is I've seen that so many times. It's so funny.
Now, was that the part where she was throwing stuff at Madonna during the interview, or was this?
Yes.
Yeah, that was funny. She was throwing.
She was really.
She was out of it.
She was inebriated.
Oh yeah.
But Madonna had it coming anyway.
Yeah, all things even out in the end, don't they? But you know what? I can say I know of a friend of mine who used to be a bass player that was in a band in the 90s, and she was really good to their band and helping them to get heard, and so she can do good things. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I do know L7, but not through her.
Okay.
Well, but it's kind of a long story. I know them through her. She knows a lot of people. So the bassist, my friend that used to be a bassist, she knows that
love
band.
L7. When I started playing drums, that was one of the CDs. I would just get there. Bricks Are Heavy.
Yes, Bricks Are Heavy is good.
Smell the Magic, all that. Yep. And then after
I agree.
Andre came out, something to stink.
Yes, that was really funny. There's some really good ones on there. Yes, and they're wonderful women. They are wonderful. I didn't get to go and party backstage with them like we had hoped, because they were playing in a venue that I had been in before, and I knew that backstage that the you can barely get my wheelchair down the hallway, and you're getting all these people. It's a backstage party,
especially moshing and whining. Then they're all, yeah.
Well, nobody would be moshing because it would be backstage people just like
backstage
drinking and talking, But so I had to talk. They came down and they were very kind, and they spoke with me and introduced themselves, and my daughter got to meet them. So yeah, that was awesome.
God. Yes.
And I was with my
It's one
friend.
of the best drummers, Steve Placus. Yep.
Yes, and I admire them so much. I admire them so much. And they
I heard
are
a couple of nasty things
that's
they
the
did on
stand-up
stage
kind of
once,
gals
but
they are. They are. That is really the kind of women they are. They are awesome.
did you hear about the
And
tampon story?
yes,
Oh, you have heard of that.
of course I
I
have.
was like, ew, why would you do that?
Well,
Crazy
because
woman.
there was a lot of bro honies acting a
Yeah.
fool, and they needed to be put in their lane.
Yeah,
And
but the
so
thing is,
she
someone picked
accomplished
it
it.
up and threw it back on stage.
That's right. It was so
Everyone in
freaking
chat's
funny.
going, what the hell did we just tune into?
We'll have to have a show where it's all about music and things like that.
And maybe read on some of these chicks, see how things
Oh,
are going.
definitely. I can't read. Well, I definitely won't read on anybody that I've met. I've met Dave Grohl as well. That was really cool.
I call him Gruel. Sorry.
I probably never get it right, but he's so nice.
No.
Really
It
nice.
is Grohl. I just call him Gruel because I have some issues with Dave Grohl. But that's okay.
No, he is wonderful, though. I'm going to say it. He's a really nice guy, and that's been about really, it so far. But I'll let you guys know if I remember. I have friends of mine that are have connections, and so sometimes I get lucky and they get a ticket and let me know. But Silver Star. So let's just ask you, what kind of music you like?
I listen to a lot of stuff. I loved Billie Holiday.
Ditto.
I love like the 50s. I love the 60s. I love the 70s. I love the 80s. I love all of it. Like
Me
it just
too.
depends on the artist.
And the mood, I suppose.
Yeah, it's really mood based. What I listen to too.
I see.
Definitely.
What do you find yourself like? Let's just say recently, just going back to and playing for at the moment. Is it ambient music? Is it instrumental, or is it some kind of songs? Or I'm just curious. Then I'm going to ask Heather the same thing. The other Heather.
I guess it'd be considered trap, but like it's actually been kind of like tribal stuff.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I have a wonderful duo to share with everybody when Heather's done.
Okay. Go ahead.
And so, what have you been listening to? They
go by Savage and She. You can find them easily on YouTube. And when I first saw the video that got thrown up on the site, because I was listening to Gioli and Asia. They're a female couple, electronic from Italy. And
cool.
After we started listening to them, they would suggest others. And I saw the snapshot of this guy, and I'm like, no way. So I hit play, and I swear you to God, the guy looks exactly like Jesus, and the woman is this beautiful. She's gorgeous, and it was just like I was looking at Mary Magdalene and Jesus making beautiful music together.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
And I mean, when I saw this guy, I was just like, my jaw dropped, and I said, and it's nothing to do with their music is not like religion or anything, but when you see him and I see her, automatically they came back and they're creating beautiful music together. That was just like the thought that jumped right into my head.
And why not?
Yeah, it's just gorgeous. And it made me think of that Pink song from back in the day off her Try This album, where it was called If God Was a DJ. And as soon as I saw those two, that song popped right in my head. So pretty cool. Yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful electronic, just vocal.
I like a lot of shoegazing music. They call it shoegazing. It's kind of dreamy and kind of it's so relaxing for one thing, and I think it sounds beautiful. So if you just even Google shoegazing and you music, and you can pick what you like.
It's called
shoegazing. Yeah, like you're kind of like looking at your shoes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I'll type it here. It's called shoegazing, and it's been around for a while. And some early bands like probably kicked it off in the 80s. So you can check as earliest as I've been able to find so far. But I'm looking more at that genre now because I realized I really liked it. And my my oldest, who's about 30, says, "Oh, that's called shoegazing." And I said, "Oh, is that what that's called?" I said, "I love
Interesting.
this kind of music." I didn't know, because I live under a rock, you know. But shoegazing music, check it out.
Another really good band is they go by Hain Massive, and they are two guys that do Hain Drum, and they have a
Hand
live
drumming.
video. Hain Drum, yeah, and it's just beautiful. Um, but Hain, as in Haining, and Massive, really wonderful music. Yes,
I
very
mean,
earthy, electronic.
yeah, I like that Siberian throat singing stuff. I do too. I can listen to
Oh
that.
yes, we just
I
saw this.
love I love a Bowron. I've got a Bowron hanging up on my wall, which is a goatskin drum. Hello, Sheila Angel Feather Tarot,
Oh,
an IT guy. And I meant to say hello to you guys. Please give a thumbs up. Calla Lily, it's good
oh,
to
and another
see
one that
you.
made me think of a female band, Vixen Doe, Vixen. They were, they never got enough
Cecile,
credit. They were good. Roxy
Joan
Petrucci.
Barrett. Oh, I've met Joan Jett. I have met Joan Jett, and she was very cool. She was
That's
awesome.
what I hear about her. I heard the other one was a bit, not so welcoming.
Oh, no, Joan was like roasting. I mean, like if I was her, I would have been Nine Ways to Sunday, a real biatch, because it was in Bottle Rock, and it was the first Bottle Rock out in Napa that they had. And it's been like, I don't know, 10, I don't know how many years now, maybe even, but I I met her there, and again, due to a friend that's it does
Who's in
legal
the
stuff
music
for music,
business?
and yeah,
Yeah.
so it was really great. She was very nice, and she allowed us to come back into her tent. That they had these tents, their VIP tents, and sat with us and took some pictures with us. And she had been up all night prior to that with her niece because her sister had had a baby or something like that. And so she
Oh,
had been, and she had been looking after her niece. So it was just really sweet of her. And I've never met somebody, I mean, like, I got to tell you guys, after you've just done a show in a hot and boiling hot venue like Napa, it's like dry hot. And the wind was hot that day. And she said, "Oh my God, I thought I was going to, I thought I was going to faint on stage." I said, "Wow." I said, you were amazing. You gave no, and didn't look like it.
indication of that, yeah.
Yeah. So
But yeah,
that's my
so many.
stories.
I really wish that I know we're supposed to be doing true crime, but I just really
No, we
wish
have
Sarah.
chat and then we get to our crime.
Oh,
I got to
okay,
loosen up because this is a hard subject.
yeah, I
So
just
this is
wish
like
Sarah
having some pancakes before we get to
to the bacon.
the
I
real
really
tough
wish
stuff.
Sarah McLaughlin could have kept the little affair going. I went to one,
Mm. Oh, did you? I
and
never did get to go.
I did. I paid. I mean, I saw the other women, but I paid $55 for 40 minutes to see Paula Cole. I absolutely love Paula Cole. Um, where have the Cowboys gone? Was her like her big hit,
Oh, I
one of her
like
big
that
hits,
song. Yes.
and then the
Yes.
Dawson Creek one that they always played. I don't want to wait, but yeah, she had to leave the music business because the record execs kept expecting her to put out these. I mean, they were just obnoxious. They were, you
They're
know,
always the worst,
are you going to do this now?
unfortunately.
And then, she started to gain some weight. She went through some health things, and at one point, she says, "You know what? Screw you. This is just." So she
Not
just
worth
went on
it.
her private label, and she puts out music. But no one ever talks about her anymore, and I really wish they would. Amazing artist.
Calla Lily says, "I remember Paula Cole."
And she was the first woman producer of her own album that was ever nominated for
Are you
a
kidding?
Grammy at that time. And she lost to that other girl.
You
I
got a
can't
better
think of
memory
her
than
name,
me.
but she had to do with burning the house, fire burning match. I can't think of her name, but she lost. The only Grammy she won was best artist, new artist of the year. But she lost that main one too. It was just disappointing.
Hey, Sharon. Sharon says, I love Paula Cole's Where Have All the Cowboys Gone? I remember that song. And she had such a beautiful, clear voice. I just have to say, I love Heather's picture that I got to use today. Doesn't she have the best friggin' hair here?
Yes. Me, it's
and you do too. When your hair comes down too, when that was so pretty the other day. So you have to let your purple hair hang down.
Again. I gotta start.
It's fun. You know what? I don't during, I give my skin a nice good break, and I didn't for years, for a long time. And I got kind of where I missed it. And boy, have I made up for it, because I really do love makeup. I have since I was a kid. I just,
now, is your hair still purple, or is because we can't see it, or is it a different color now?
It's like a maroon red.
Dark, okay.
Like a
maroon red brown. It depends on what color of lighting I'm in.
So probably like a wine burgundy, that kind of a wine, like a wine. I'm just thinking it's so pretty. And you've got lovely natural wave. It's gorgeous.
Braids. I put it in braids.
Oh, that's what I need to do.
That's what Stevie Nicks did once when she had someone perm her hair. She had fallen asleep in the chair, and they left the perm dye in there too long.
Oh,
and
geez.
So her hair was extremely just like frizzed out. So she used to have to braid her hair really tight. And in some old videos, this is going back like late 80s, early 90s, you'll see it looks like she crimped her hair. And it looked really cool, but that came from her having to braid her hair and stuff until her hair got healthy again. Thank God she didn't lose her hair like Tina Turner did back in the day.
Shoot.
When they left it in. But yeah.
That's not a joke. I've had to cut out bad perm. We talk about everything. But you know that, Silver Star. You know that, Heather. Right?
Huh. Bad perm?
Yes.
What about it? Yeah,
have you ever had
one perm my whole life. One. When I was like young.
Did you have to end up cutting it out? The damage?
Yeah, I was like, I'm never doing that. And it didn't hold the curl. I had really fine hair when I was young, so.
And I was the opposite. I had really curly hair, and my mom paid good money to have my hair straightened. And the straightening only lasted for a couple of days, and the
boing.
Now I wish I have that curl again. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So
mine just doesn't make up its mind. It's either flat iron it and straighten it and do all that and put heat on it, or throw it in braids and.
It's gorgeous, I think.
With the braids.
My problem is I'll get really wavy sections and then straight. And it's like, that looks terrible.
Cool. Oh.
But I've got it, like
if I today though. With all the
today's because I got it all tied up, and I had to take my water bottle to it. And as I age, my hair is becoming more frizzy. So I have to get like the serum products and smooth the cuticle down. But I find that if I use the the protein shampoos, they really help my hair to smooth that down.
Yeah. And I saw that Sharon, I keep forgetting, for my Canadians, when coming up with female musicians, if anybody remembers Chrissy Steele, she had a Love You Till It Hurts, her hit back in 1990. She was actually the lead singer of a Canadian group called the Pinheads. And I just learned that out last year. And that's Chrissy Steele. And she did a solo album. She was really big. I wanted to see her, but I was like 6 months away from my 21st birthday, and she was showing at a venue that was only 21 and older. I found her a few years ago on Facebook. She retired. She didn't do another album. But she performs every now and then, but she's very much into politics in Canada. And she actually lived, the last time I talked to her was in Vancouver, out and around in Sharon's neck of the woods. So, yep, she remembers Chrissy Steele. Absolutely gorgeous pipes. I mean, the beautiful hair. Just Oh my God. And I think a lot of it had to do with that male, you know, a lot of it left a bad taste in a lot of women's mouths that, you know, not to be mean like that, but um for them to give it up. But she's got, if you can check her out, and she also did a beautiful not solo, duet with Mark Slaughter from Slaughter when they were on the same label.
Oh,
Love Don't Last Forever. Gorgeous. I mean, I used to try to force my voice to sing like her because I want to be a singer when I was younger,
yes,
and
me
I
too.
kind of had to stop doing that because I was starting to
You
damage
can
my voice.
damage yeah, if you don't
Yeah,
know what you're doing
like, but I wanted to
easily.
sing like her. I wore that poor cassette tape out until it broke. I mean, but
I
when I found
remember,
her on
do you guys
Facebook,
remember when they would eat the tape and you'd be like
Oh,
in the
that was the
middle of listening?
worst.
yeah, huh?
I'm
That
sorry,
was
what?
the worst. When
That was
you're
the worst.
And then you had to take the pencil, you had to cut, you know, right?
uh,
We're like, what the hell? Yeah, the kids nowadays. Oh my
Oh,
God,
they
this
don't
is
know how good
hysterical.
they have it.
But that was
Because
still
that,
good memories, though. I mean,
oh, yeah. I'm surprised I got as much wear as I did. And then if I wore it out, I'd go and buy another
get the pencil out. Yep, you're right, Arlene.
until the tape itself would snap or something.
Or a steak
Unfortunately, that
knife.
would.
If I couldn't grab the stick, sometimes I had to grab the steak knife and slowly. My brother
Desperation.
knew how to reattach the tape together. Yeah, he could do that kind of stuff. But yeah, recording music. Oh, here's one cassette tape to the other. I had to have a double cassette on that stereo system with the vinyl. Yeah.
8-track. Oh yeah, I
Oh.
remember 8-track. That's what I remember my dad. That's, he family always liked music, so that's what he had
Mm-hmm.
in one of his vehicles that of many that he owned. But they
I
were all
remember
kind
my mom having Heart. I remember my mom having Fandango by ZZ Top.
mm,
The Platters. My mom loved the
wow.
Platters. I love the Platters
Yeah,
too.
my dad had the Platters. He had Billie
Nana
Holiday.
Muscari. Um, so yeah, I going back to the good old days of 8-track.
Yeah, there's a lot of I just remember there was like 50s and 60s music that they had, and there was this half naked lady jumping out of a cake with whipping cream on her parts
Yeah,
everywhere. And I thought it was so awesome that
Tijuana. Herb Albert
I
and the Tijuana Brass Band, right?
it may have been.
Whipped Delights, Whipped Cream and Other Delights, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And that just tells you,
Yeah, yeah.
So Sherry, I'm not Sherry, Heather, going on to the, I don't know why I called you that. I'm looking at the screen.
Which
Sorry
one?
about that. Heather C. I'll call you Heather C.
There you go.
So, what I was wanting to ask was, you've got your deck and everything, and you feel, because you join us, in case people don't realize, you join us most of the time just in the chat log, throwing cards.
mm-hmm. I don't know, I just kind of started like that. I wasn't like ever into I used to watch a lot of true crime stuff. I don't watch the news period anymore.
Mhm.
I
So I don't
understand.
look into stuff like this usually, but it intrigued me and I was like, I have to poke. I don't know.
You
It
felt
just intrigues
compelled?
me. It's
That's
just
what's
interesting. I was like, I've never wanted to pull stuff on this, but I want to.
Mhm.
Yes. And
Exactly.
that's how it kind of came to me too. I just, it was years and years ago. I mean, I've been picking up and putting them down since I was about 18. And, but really started studying them at 18
Mhm.
and, really enjoyed it and found it very healing and all of that stuff. But it wasn't until probably a good 5 or 10 years after that I began, because it just bothered me. Injustice bothers me terribly. I'm
Yeah.
sure bothers most healthy people.
Yeah.
So
Especially
I
what's going
wanted,
on today with the Roe versus Wade, and I know this is with
yes,
politics, but I'm sorry, you don't want women to have abortions, but it's okay for men to rape women. Certain, there are
and
men
women
who
would
rape
have to
and
carry
then
this.
carry the child, and then they demand child. Some of them demand child custody rights. So how can
Yeah.
that, to me, that's not justice. And
No.
whoop, meow. Sorry, he didn't want to.
We had some kitty cat talk.
Yeah.
Right.
So stuff like that, I'd like to try to read on, not the political point of it, but just trying to help, read and give women a voice.
Absolutely. That's
And
why I
men
say
too.
read
I
on
mean, men go through a
everything.
lot as well.
Read on anything. Read on everything. I think
I used
that
to watch. Yeah, I used to watch a lot of like SVU, CSI and stuff. But I noticed after a while, especially with the SVU, I was becoming scared to actually go out because I knew a lot of these stories were based on real events. And it got to the point where I was almost kind of becoming paranoid or scared to go out, or constantly. So I said, okay, I have to cut back because they really started affecting me. But I've noticed that was Hollywood, and now with reading like this, to me, it doesn't affect me as much like that because I think my brain can figure it out what is, not real compared to what's real, if that makes sense.
right.
It's me kind of taking control of what I'm reading, and I know it's weird.
No,
I'm the same way.
no.
I'm exactly the same way.
Go ahead, Heather. Go ahead, Heather C. Go ahead and say what
I'm
you
the
want to say.
same way, Indigo. I am exactly the same way. I can't watch the news. I can't read stuff like that. But this way, I can.
Mm-hmm.
I find it more. It's easier for some reason.
Yeah, I read it, and then I choose what I do end up reading. I'm very select.
Particular.
Yeah, so it's like I keep abreast of kind of I get the gist of what the icky stuff going on, but it's like kind of just enough to where, but I am no way in heck going to jump down the poop hole. No.
Yeah.
And politics does that to me, I think, more than reading on this.
Yes, like Calla Lily.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Just Calla Lily says like she likes the distance of reading on the through like a newspaper.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm sorry, you guys. Go ahead.
Just really depends, I think, on your generation too. Like I've always been like that, where even as a teenager, I wouldn't watch the news just because it made me feel so horrible.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't like the way that makes me feel. I don't want to watch it. And
when you realize too that they're manipulating you, once you get old enough to realize that that is not it's not a realistic picture of what's going on, because they leave out all the good stuff and all the stuff that's not going to make people
news and money.
Because fear makes people jump,
and they can control people with fear. That's why I don't watch the news a lot. I refuse to be manipulated by things that are out of my control.
And what I found is that I just found like, and in the meantime, they will cover a story and whip it and just continue. And it's like, there's no natural,
there's no substance to it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pointless. It's just to reel people in.
To me, it's to keep people in fear and keep it, because when people are in fear and they think you have you have control over them, and that's why
Yep. So I prefer to just have my own narration of like what I'm seeing.
Oh, and I've got a funny story really quick before I forget, Maya. I was
not a problem.
Shopping in Walmart earlier this week, and this family was coming out of the one aisle and going down to the others, and I stepped aside. I don't know what made me look at the front of the girl's shirt, but guess who was on it? Pop Smoke.
Oh my God, that's my goodness.
I have never heard of this individual until our friend Remy,
Remy
would come
girl
online, and
she loves her some
out
Pop
of
Smoke.
Nowhere, I'm walking, and this girl just goes by. I'm like, I can't wait to share that story with Maya.
Oh, that is great. We'll have to. I hope that I remember next time we see her in the chat log to say, guess what?
Guess who that was? Yeah. it was crazy.
Yeah, he literally popped in to say hello. That's funny.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's telling me to behave.
Oh, behave. Let's see. I'm just wanting to see what folks are saying. So we have Doris Smith saying the right doesn't want to get vaccinated or wear a mask, yet they want to tell a woman miles away what to do with their bodies. They can't find their ass with both hands. I don't think they need to, unless they want us to legislate their penis.
So what are we going back in time? Come on now.
Yeah, it gets to be silly.
No offense, my dear. I have a sweet guy, and it's just like, this is you're the minority. This is we're talking about the majority. So
that's right.
Yeah. There are exceptions to the rule.
Of course. I think there's more that really are more understanding than not. It's just you get the fraidy cats, making these crazy rules for their fears because women can't dare become powerful because then they might tell them to go away. I don't know. What is their problem?
I don't know. I think a lot of it just has to stem, and I'm not knocking anybody's religion, but a lot of it is all rooted in the patriarchal religions.
Yes.
Up until the point where, when they got together to decide what was going in where and whatnot, up to that point, it had been a balance.
Yeah.
And it was after that point where they realized, well, we have to put a stop to this, and that's where a lot of it. So everybody's been raised in this, mentality of, women here, so
it's true. It's true. Even if you think that I've caught myself, even though I think that I've like pretty much checked all those boxes, but it's like I really caught myself here within the last 2 weeks with that eclipse. It brought in some real breakthrough. It's like,
that was some painful energy.
It was, but it was so necessary. What were you going to say, Heather C? I can see.
That was a eclipse, I'll tell you.
What did you experience?
Everything kind of like blew up, and all my childhood trauma and everything got more like my teenage trauma got thrown in my face.
Oh,
it triggered the crap out of me, and I was like, okay, I need another week to like decompress and like sort through this myself and deal with it.
For real. I felt like I was like hit, like someone just struck me with a board. Again, I also was dealing with past trauma that I thought that I had, addressed. And it was like, oh, no.
Oh, no, we still got more to work on that.
Like, better get those tissue boxes. Your eyes are going to be swollen.
Gonna be working on it our whole life.
Oh, yeah.
There's just, because there are times when I'm like, okay, I handled this. That's in the past. Let's move on. And a few years later, so it blows up again. So I guess it's just learning.
There's layers to it, but you handle it better every time.
I think so too, because you're scaling up. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to bring in the first case that I want to look at, and it is on the Reuben Peter Begaye. So let me just get a picture of him. And again, he's Navajo or Dene.
Dene. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. From Jedito, Arizona. So let me just get that.
I lived in Arizona, and I have a Zuni Navajo friend that I still talk to. Several of them, but that town does not sound familiar to me.
Yeah, I think it must be really, really small and on a reservation. Let me just see here. Or maybe. I gotta type his name in right. See, my brain just goes crazy when I try to do something. Okay, so let's see. This one should work out for. Okay, yes, there we go. I can share that screen. All right. Ooh. Hopping over. Let me just share screen. All righty. Now, let's see. Okay, yes. Okay. I'm going to roll that up bit so you can see. Now, he had braids at one point, but more, I guess, recently before, he had gotten his hair cut short. So it shows him both clean shaven and with short hair closer to the time I think that he went missing, and then what he looked like here, where he had like here he had a long braid down the back, it looks like, and here he had ponytails either side long. Now here is the info. Okay. Reuben Peter Begaye, missing since the 12th of December 2021 from Jedito, Arizona. He's Navajo County, it says. So, he was 35 at the time of his disappearance. Pardon me. His age now apparently would be 36. He's indigenous, Dene, as I said, or Navajo, and he's enrolled with the Navajo Nation. Again, he identifies as male. He is 5 to 5'1", 170 pounds, with brown eyes. His hair was black and was long and worn in braids, but was cut short. And it says clean shaven, piercings in his ears, and neck tattoo, and some other tattoos. Often wears sunglasses. And it just says that he normally stays in contact with his mother by phone or by coming home. And he has not been heard of since December 12th, 2021. And there's the phone number. If anybody has the information, if you got a tip, please call. They just want to find him and lay him to rest. Okay.
So they already feel like that or they know.
Yeah, they feel like he's in, because it's just not like him not to be in contact with his mother. So again, I'm going to type in his name here so that we have it in my thing. That's Reuben.
Now, is that all the information on him? They didn't say of any
Yeah.
history with,
Nope.
issues with other individuals. With
Nope.
Because unfortunately, a lot of no, I don't even go there. It's sad.
Yeah. So here we go. This will be a bit easier if I just copy and paste, because my typing is such rubbish.
Because it's a rough life out there, and if people know that you have money, or if you have alcohol, or if you have anything on you or around you, a lot of people will kill you.
Yeah, your life doesn't mean anything. Yeah.
And not just with people, on other, non-indigenous people that, travel through there. Because the I-40 cuts right through a part of that. So,
that's right, especially where you have
and everything. Yeah.
When you have these different reservations where the people have access, to coming in and creating a mess, especially for the women that are missing. And I'm just going to close this overhead because sorry about that. And I'm going to close the other one. It's getting cold. I'll mute this till that's done.
I'm using two different, because I want to kind of do a layered, because I've been learning how to do layer readings. And the first 3 that I lay down, and then I put another 3 down from a different deck. The first, second card in each 2 laydowns are the same card. So I think it has to do something with possibly, let's just say maybe contraband.
Okay.
That includes smokes, cigarettes, alcohol, that kind of thing. But, and I'm not, it's not being judgmental. I lived in Arizona for 8 years.
No, we're just stating.
Yeah. But
and Heather C., if you get something, just to chime right in.
Okay.
And if
First
you
thing,
need,
I
go ahead.
actually do have like 8 of Swords. Like, I
Okay.
don't know if he had mental issues or if he was like afraid and felt trapped,
Mm-hmm.
but holding on to something. Maybe he was holding on to something.
That's often my
And
card for kidnapping too.
yeah,
You
it
know,
Mhm.
looks like somebody like holding, like, did he disappear at night?
I have no idea. I think that if we get dark cards, you know, maybe we can say that it gives us that impression with those. Yeah, it looks like it.
7 of Wands, he had to defend himself. He
Mhm.
tried to fight back.
I got that too with off-camera reading.
And then the Ace of Wands. So something that is being like locked away, something hidden. It's
I
something
think
hidden.
he's being hidden for
Yeah.
sure. They've not been able to find his remains.
And then I got illegal activities played a role. So I do think it's like something like contraband
Hmm.
immediately is what I got. And additional evidence maybe at the crime scene. So I don't know if they have a crime scene yet
I don't think so because
where he
I
was
think
taken.
Oh,
that it could be, for all we know too, it could be two different things, you know, the dumping
Hmm.
site and then where
Yeah.
it may have gone on, you know, we don't know. So just give us whatever you get. That's why it's just whatever you pick up or impressions, please.
I think wherever he was originally taken. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at the images.
Oh my goodness, someone's being kicked off a cliff.
Yeah. So Arizona's have like a lot of canyons.
Yeah.
mm-hmm. Oh, yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Walnut
So
Canyon, Oak Creek, yeah, a whole bunch of them.
I think maybe they originally held him for something because they were trying to get something out of him, like some sort of information, like
Mm,
where the contraband was hidden, maybe.
okay. Like some that, yeah, I got restraint as well. And also that he did with the 7 of Wands try to really defend himself. So that's interesting. You're getting what I got too. That's interesting. I'm also getting with the cards that I pulled is the 5 of, here comes my big kitty cat. That's her. Come on.
Big like Ziva.
Oh, did I move the tissue box? Good. Okay. So she can
Just
sit.
like looking at that too, like the two of them together,
Yeah.
like the images.
I've got to scoot in to see. Oh, could I see that again? What does it
Yeah.
say, hun? Because we can't read all of
It
that.
says additional evidence maybe at the crime scene, but I'm not really reading off of this. I'm reading off the imagery, and then illegal activities played a role.
And I've got that deck too, so I'm going to start trying to use it
Let's
as
see,
well.
like how they're being other way. Sorry,
It's all right. I know it's so
like it's
confusing.
the splatter
Mm-hmm.
after.
Uh-huh. To a lower, flatter area.
Yeah, like they'll find. I think they're gonna find him, and yeah.
Okay.
Weirdly.
I do get the sun, and I get the 5 of, first I get the 5 of Pentacles and then the sun. So I do believe he will be found.
Mhm.
Okay. But it's going to take a lot of work, and I've got the 10 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles. It's just the efforts, but
Yeah.
I'm going to continue to shuffle, and you guys go ahead and continue to share what you're picking up. And again, we are reading on Reuben Peter Begaye. He is Navajo Dene, and he was missing December 12th, around about of 2020, I think. Or is it 2021? 2021. Correction. He would have had a birthday in between the time he went missing and the present time. He would be 36 years old at this time. And again, I'm going to put up a picture of him because I think it's helpful to see the person's face.
So I'm going to, because I have like 3 decks that I'm using. The first one I got was Temperance. So Whoa.
Sorry, guys.
I was like, that's not me.
Sorry. Just wanted to put his face up.
Sorry. I wasn't listening. I was just looking down, trying to say, okay, now how do I present this without confusing people? He had beautiful eyes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then I'm going to come back now and I will stop the share. I just like to remind people that this is an actual human being, you know.
So my first card was Temperance. Trying to, I know it's patience, but it's also trying to be a balance.
Mm-hmm.
So, and with it being cups, I have other cups. So I'm feeling that this had to do something with contraband, like alcohol or something. Because then I got but also with the Knight of Cups and the second deck that I used, and this laid right over it, was also the Knight of Cups. So I got 2 Knight of Cups in the same position from 2 different decks.
Interesting.
It was almost kind of like emotional manipulation in a way. I know alcohol and other things can do that. With the first deck, I also got the abandoned success. So trying to walk away, and there's the cups. And so that might have been something he may have been trying to work on.
Yes.
And then when we were talking about something you said with money or whatever, I was bringing that up, I ended up getting the 10 of Pentacles from the second deck. So right away, there's the 10 of Pentacles. It had to do with money. It had to do with physical.
Or something of great value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course,
somebody really
was the Prince of Cups, the Knight of Cups again. And then I got the Herald of Cups, and I hope people don't mind nudity, but it is what it is. So it's not necessarily a female, but it's like
it's
the
artistic.
Page of Cups. So someone's maybe even offering, saying, "Come drink with us, come hang out with us." Even though he was trying to leave.
I got the feeling, I got cards that he was like flipping the script on his life, that he was making a huge change from kind of a more toxic way of living to a brighter path, or trying.
He wanted a higher honor. He wanted to bring honor to himself and his people. But for me too, this is also a firing range where, you're being attacked as well. So that works both ways. And it kind of does follow through, because then where I had gotten, the sudden wealth. So he must have had money coming in. Someone was saying he'd come party with us or whatever. Because then I did get courtship. So he was approached, come hang out with us. And then immediately I got despair, imprisonment, bad health. And
and I had also the attack card of the 5 of Wands. I'm just looking at my notes. Okay.
And so something was stolen off of him, probably whatever he had, even his life. I mean, a lot was taken from him. I do believe there is going to be a message coming. Well, it was put out, message of concern that he was missing. But I also think that there might be a message coming in soon too, because I have the community. So it's quite possible that a message might be coming from the community, with someone coming forward and saying, listen, I think I know who did this, or I may know where, where he's at. So that's my initial throw.
That somebody would give a tip.
Another deck. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll go shuffle on my other ones here.
Yeah. And Heather? Heather C?
Yeah, I did pull some other ones. I have, like we said, he was held, like this person's hands are bound. I think some information is going to come forward, though, because I see a bird up here.
Oh, yes.
And then we have the Emperor. So I would assume this would be like the tribal leader.
Tribal authority.
Yeah, handling the information that comes forward, because we have an emotionally balanced and stable person with the King of Cups. So yeah, I feel like something's going to really come forward with Jupiter up there too. Expansion. Something's going to explode.
And you're also interested in astrology too, as well. I did catch that, so I wanted to bring that in.
Yeah. So.
And again,
the person who's in charge. Yeah, I think it's going to blow up.
Yeah, I agree. Something it's going to come out. I agree with that sun that I drew. These are the cards I initially just drew. I agree when you said that, like pop out. That sun just makes me feel like maybe somebody's conscience will get to the better of them. I hope so. And even if they aren't sure, if they've been told something or overheard something, it needs to be shared.
Yeah, that could be what this is too, with the bird and the person being tied up. Like that gives me that impression too.
Oh, wow.
I think it's like emotionally, like really bothering somebody.
I agree because I got the following cards after the sun, and that 5 of Pentacles is the 10 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles. You got the same? Oh wow. 10 of Wands. Yep.
And this was fiery. This was explosive, like Heather
Heather just said. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Jupiter card too. That's a Sagittarius card, so is ruled by Jupiter.
And he disappeared just before the end of the Sagittarian cycle.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, yeah, because the 21st, no, the 12th was it.
My brother's a Sag. I should know this.
Yeah, from 12, 20, 21, 22 is when it switches over to Capricorn. But yeah, he's not here with us anymore. 6 of Swords. To me, that's like the soul leaving the body too. Release, letting go.
That transition from our earth plane to
and they are going to find him in time. 4 of Swords. In spirit, he's waiting to be found. I find it interesting that the clock, they have it on the art that it's like 4:45, which is interesting. 5:45, 46. So it'll be interesting to see if those numbers ever play out.
Right.
But yeah.
I pulled one more. I don't know if you guys can see it.
10 of Cups.
10 of Cups, but like the bird, the information, the awareness coming down.
You've got a bird again. And it looks like with that 10 of Cups that tip would bear out. It would bear.
Yeah, shedding light on the situation is like kind of what I'm getting.
Oh wow! Yes.
Yeah, someone's debating. I got the 2 of Swords.
Interesting.
They know where they know where he is. Even leave him behind or come forward or with the information. I think they will, because then I get the 3 of Pentacles working together.
I want to encourage them. If they're watching this, please come forward. You can do so.
I think it's going to be a tip.
Yeah.
That's probably what the Page of Cups is.
I would see it as a tip as well.
Yep. And then with the Magician, someone's going to be creating. They're coming forward. They're going to recreate what happened.
I got the 3 of Pentacles here, the collaboration, and the 2 of Cups. So there's some kind of agreement or accord someone is maybe going to work with or assist or give them enough to go on,
Yeah.
Let's see
I'm
what
just
else.
going to grab my pendulum really quick.
Oh yeah, I just want to take our time and just kind of like really kind of deep dive into this case if we can.
I just want to see if he's going to be found this year, and then go back and see 2 months, 3 months, 6 months.
Oh, good night, Sherry H.
Good night, Sherry H.
Night, Sherry. I'm just going to turn the volume down on my end so I can just.
Yeah, no worries. And I'll mute mine. And if you got something, Heather C., just to pipe right up.
The first one that came out was the Star. So he definitely like transitioned. And then the next one, like you said, it's over money. Like I feel like this was over money. And then, like you said, I think the information will come forward, especially because she's holding the skull. But yeah, I feel like this will bring some peace to the family, though, once it does come forward.
Yeah, and especially if she's holding a skull, that could be the
Yeah.
remains being found.
Yeah, these these cards are so glary.
The glossiness, I know it makes it that's why, folks, if you make a deck, don't make them high glossy.
It makes it so hard to see anything.
It's true. Even sometimes when I'm just looking at them, not on camera, and I'm getting like a lot of light in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get to also that he is just waiting to be found with this 4 of Cups and the Page of Swords. It's just, and I think he will be found with that Page of Swords. Yep, and the Hermit. It's more of a remote area. I know that's about as helpful as a, poke in the eye.
That makes sense, though. More remote area,
Mm-hmm.
canyon.
And it might be a holy site or near a holy site with this Guru card.
Yeah,
that's what I'm wondering, if it's near the reservation.
Yeah,
I think it's on it.
It is because it's, yeah.
But it might be near a particular area that's known to carry medicine, or is identified as being a holy, or maybe connected to a particular holy man. I don't know, because there was the Hermit and the Guru together. So it's like a wise old, seer or something, or somebody that was admired, or it could be something that was named after or is associated with a holy person, a medicine person.
You know what? Maya, at the minute you're asking these questions, my pendulum's moving on its own. It's listening to you. Because I asked, I was starting to ask about the holy space and place, and it was telling me no. And it's just as I was going to ask about a person, you start saying there's a holy person going to find it, and it went right into a yes spin. I did ask if he was going to be found. The way I asked it was, will his remains be found and put to rest by the end of this year, 2022? And it told me yes. And then I said, will it be within the next 6 months? It said yes. And then I went 3, and it did a yes, maybe. So I would say probably within the next 3 to 6 months, someone's going to come forward. And like you said, it might have to do with somebody, with a holy man. They may have it on their chest that they did this. Or
it looks like it to me.
And they might go to him, go to a holy man, an elder. And,
that would be good. That would be an excellent thing to do if somebody knows. But it was
interesting that it just started spinning, the minute you asked, before I could, it was interesting. But yeah.
Yeah, because look, I got this disassociation with the Page of Swords with that 4 of Cups. And then I got the Hermit and the Guru, or what would be the Hierophant.
Yeah, the Hierophant, the elder, yes.
Mm. Yeah, and there's like, it's showing that there was deceit and the Knight of Wands and violence to me.
Yeah, I got the 7 of Swords on the bottom.
Oh, you did too. My goodness.
Living in Arizona, I worked with a lot of Begayes. And it would just pain my heart to know if one of them is related to this young man, closely related to this young man.
Right.
I might have to reach out to my friend and see if he might have known this individual and see if he's heard anything too.
Yes, that would be good. From what I understand, his family has certain assumptions about what who might be involved, I think. but they just don't know where the heck he is, and they want him to be found. So
things are handled differently on reservations.
Way differently, yeah. And I'm gonna ask, like, if he knew. I'm gonna ask if he knew who did this. I think he did. But
I was shuffling one the deck and the card flew out, and I happened to look at it, and it's butterflies, and it says pathway. So road to transformation. So someone is going to lead, for authorities to where he is. I mean, that just jumped right out, but yeah, he did cross over. It's just, to me, it's a beautiful card. I had to share that.
Yeah.
Something beautiful and kind of a dark, kind of deck like the Kipper.
I don't know if you guys can see that. It's the Three of Wands. Like the rural area.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're looking, like it has height. Like maybe if they got a drone or something.
Well, the thing is, too, you got a lot of wildlife out there, coyotes and stuff.
And then the Ace of Swords with the Two of Swords.
But there's clarity where something's been hidden. Something's been blocked.
And then the Seven of Wands again, different deck.
Yeah, that's deceit, hiding, sneaky.
King of Swords, though.
I used to have that deck. That's cool to see.
Was that which one of swords?
This is the King of Swords.
The King of Swords. That could be the person that's responsible. It could also be, for me, sometimes swords can be tribal police or police authority.
Yeah, that's what I was getting, more of an authority figure.
That you think will find or may be responsible.
I think they're going to lay down justice is kind of what I'm getting.
Good.
Like they are the law, the justice.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think money might have to do some with pin being found too. I got the card, the main mail, and then I had unexpected income, money changing hands.
Yeah.
And after that, I got the change card, the moving forward card. So unexpected income. The income could maybe, of course, be, information. But it's so focused on money that something might. It's always sad for someone to come forward to, for. Maybe it might be a tip line. I don't know.
But I got the Ace of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. So
I think you're completely right. They're going to do it for money.
Mm-hmm. And what were the cards that you got? Just if you can say.
This is the Knight of Pentacles.
Okay.
So I feel like it's going to be like slower moving. I don't think it's going to be like immediately. It's going to be a slower process. And then I have the Four of Pentacles.
But a solid.
So maybe they're waiting for the reward to be more or something.
That could well be. That could well be because I do get, as you guys were saying, the Ace of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. This has to do with freedom, but I think that this is also him again wanting to have made some kind of big change in his life again, showing me that, and wanting to be independent but separate from something. I don't know if he used to be in trouble or. Yeah, because I think maybe he may have run with a rough crowd at one point and decided to change his life. I get the 10 of Pentacles, and then I get the five of Swords. So
I think it's going to do. It definitely is going to have to do with money. I got wealthy man, and then I got a gift. Someone's family's going to be like offering. And then I kept getting just these mail cards, main mail, wealthy man, mature man. Then I got 2 concern cards right in a row. So yeah, someone's going to be finally coming forward and saying, we know who it is. And that could very well be too, the concern is for the family of the person who committed the crime or persons.
Oh yeah,
You know,
I see
because
what you're
they're going to
saying.
know. Well, you know, they know how justice is. You know,
Yeah,
something like this is going to be
I get a Queen of
eye
Cups,
for an
the
iron.
Three of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. So there's definitely, I'm getting a fight going on here. A woman figure here that is pulling together to get help and
That was the
money.
woman in my card. Message of concern was a woman.
Yeah, I had the Queen of Cups and Three of Pentacles.
You're talking about the woman.
You get a woman
And
figure.
there's the woman card.
And it says, cell phone records may provide important clues. So maybe there's something on a cell phone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like waiting. And it's again, I get the Four of Cups, but then I get Justice. So it's like, just like Heather C was saying, there's like a wait. And then it comes through, I feel like somehow. The tip, the Queen of Swords and the Emperor.
You know what's interesting is my Two of Swords on this card deck says peace on it, which for me it's supposed to be making a decision, but I guess in this case possibly the peace could be that the right decision is going to be made. But that's weird to get a peace card. My peace of mind for the family, but it's not going to be the same for the other relatives. Hangman.
Different perspective and delay. The delay in finding him.
And the wealth. So money, it's all going to be involved with money. Money's what got him killed, and greed and whatever, you know, and that's what's going to, yeah.
Someone's insecurity, basically.
Because poverty does run high.
Yeah.
There's people that live there, and of course the government has gone in and has on the Navajo reservation, the water, a lot of the water is contaminated from them mining the not the plutonium. I can't think of the other word. It's basically, remember that Julia Roberts movie with the people doing the uranium or something like that, and the poison the water. A lot of that is going on. That I've seen in the news that you know. Also, remember Thunderheart with Val Kilmer and Graham Greene. They were killing people, and they were finding out that they were mining for the uranium and stuff, and it was polluting the water and killing the people and making the kids sick. So
yeah,
a lot
I remember
of that
that
does
film.
really go on.
Absolutely.
You just don't hear about it because it's not newsworthy.
Right.
It's funny you're talking about the water. And those have water. All three of these cards have water.
Wow.
So somebody was saying that Vixen Doe was saying that it could be a place of water because that is often a holy place. So it's quite
water is so scarce. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's even getting worse now. Hence, you know, Lake Mead, and Shan mentioned earlier in the beginning that they're finding more barrels. A few more have popped up. So I think
it looks like somebody's dumping ground.
Well, yeah. I mean, Lake Mead used to be so high, they probably never thought these people were ever going to be found.
And if they did, they probably figured they'd long be gone from being held accountable.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ask if he knew who this was to him. I'm going to ask who this was to him that was responsible.
I also got King of Swords, so this guy is going to be coming in, and I'm trying to figure out with him, because then I got the Hierophant, so I know it's going to be an elder that's going to be approached, or not necessarily an elder too, but could also law enforcement to, you know, a higher authority. And there's going to be secrets. There's the High Priestess,
right?
So there are going to be some secrets coming out that people
have been keeping.
Yep. Magician.
Did he know them?
Who had the Queen of Cups earlier?
I did.
Bottom of my deck, Queen of Cups.
Huh.
So definitely someone very emotional or in control of.
Could be his sister. The one that asked me.
Oh.
So was the question you asked was who was this somebody? How were they related to him?
Like, yeah,
Somebody
did he know this person? How,
I
you
think
know,
it's
how did...
somebody he partied with because we have
Okay.
the Nine of Cups. Somebody he partied with
Right.
who he used to be when he was, I feel like it was when he was more emotionally unstable than
Mm-hmm.
drinking. And he
Yeah.
decided, like you said, he decided, it does look to me like I got that feeling too, like he was trying to turn his life around. He cut his hair. He was trying to change his life. He's trying to bring more financial balance and more, like you
Uh-huh.
said, honor to himself, honor to his family.
Yep.
And
10 of Pentacles, the family, the money, and 10 of Cups,
you know,
family harmony. Go on with what you were saying.
and
What's
then I
that
got
one?
the Queen of Swords.
I've been getting her too.
So I feel like this was something that's hidden is what I'm getting, but this is
Mm-hmm.
something. What was it? I just
Oh,
lost
I
it.
kid you not.
She just
Yeah.
pulled the same card.
Queen of Swords. And look at in here with this one here. She's got the guy's head in her hand that she just decapitated. This is called the
I think
Heaven and Earth deck, so you got a little bit of the
Oh, yeah.
Bible in there a little bit, but yeah.
yeah.
So someone's going to lose. Yeah. Hmm.
Looks like Justice.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting. Like
This might be
the
his
two,
sister.
maybe because you've been pulling the Queen of Cups. I think she's going to turn into the Queen of Swords.
Uh-huh.
She's going to lose it. She's going to explode when this evidence comes out because I'm seeing the moon up here too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Yeah.
I got the 10 of Wands, oppression. The person's coming through the burden.
And I've got the 2 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands. So it's again about this thing of people that are not steady, people that are not, they are not, well, they don't have all their dogs barking. Let's just put it that way.
I did get the Queen of Pentacles. So something to do with a woman, grounded, financial.
Back and forth. What is this?
For me, it almost feels like it's the sister feeling like, okay, being returned is connected with the earth, being returned to the earth. The answers, she's got the answers. It's time to ground, it's time to heal, and time to, that's kind of like what that card feels like to me.
Mm.
And then I got the death card.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, go ahead, Swear.
Sorry. But yeah, it keeps coming up. The drinking, the 3 of Cups.
Yeah, and
The 9 of Cups.
you can see this 7 of Cups. There's a joint in one here, but there's also other different kinds of, well, you can't see it so well there. But this is called the groovy weight. And so it can indicate mind-altering substances of various kinds, alcohol or whatever have you, illegal substances sometimes.
So
Yeah.
definitely the death is going to have, his death is going to find justice. And it's going to be a success. She's going to be able to move on. There's the birds. It's called Earth Success. So we will.
That's what I was getting to with this. The 3 of Swords.
Mm-hmm. There's the
Like the
pain.
heartbreak.
Yeah.
And I keep getting this card, but I keep thinking this is just like somebody's going to come forward because it's agonizing them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got the Justice on the bottom.
Yeah, I got
That's good.
too. So it's good to know that We all got the justice card, right?
Yeah,
Did you get the justice, or at least
I
something?
did. I did get the justice card in one of my draws.
So I hope that helps your friend.
Yeah, I hope that helps. And I think that shows that he will be found. And what did you what window of time did you see that again, Heather, with the
I first started with by the end of 2022. Will he be late found and his remains put to rest? And it said yes. And then I went down to 6 months. It said yes. And then I said, what about 3? And it was a yes, maybe. I guess it's depending on how long this person comes forward, what they do with it, or, so, yeah. It should be within the year.
Yeah.
Or at least she'll have some information to begin the process of, body retrieval for, a proper burial.
Kelly says
So in
that
about 6 months too.
okay. And this is many tribal councils do not respect the traditionalists, which is why people like the Russell Means and Leonard Peltier formed the AIM project, American Indian Movement, to protect traditionalists against harassment and murder. Yes, there's a it would be good for people to, yeah, it would be really good for people to educate and read about that and learn about that. A lot of people do not know at all about what goes on. So we see him coming, being found. Definitely, I got the sun and we got justice. So I'm really happy for that. Okay,
yeah. He's coming home.
And I also got Heather C and I also got the 3 of Wands too. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get my here's my spray.
And again, with the Can of Swords, there's definitely going to be justice.
Yeah, and we all 3 got justice.
He's got a scythe.
It's my Palo Santo
as well. So yeah,
Palo Santo. Ooh,
I love
everywhere.
that Palo Santo spray. I found it at the metaphysical shop. I was like, ooh, I'm getting a bunch of this.
Oh yes. And it smells so good. And it's got well, it says Reiki charged, black tourmaline crystal, Archangel Michael protection essence. I figure, yeah, sure, why not give it all?
I can't even read anything on that. It's just
Well, I hate that now. I've got to use reading glasses now. I just found that.
It's just a Palo Santo spray. It honestly smells like black licorice.
Yeah, it does kind of have a licoricey. There is a kind of a licoricey aspect to it. Spray it again. Yep. Yeah. It smells really good though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we're going to shift to the story of this body in the lake of Lake Mead. So let me just see if I can find something here on that. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Dir. Okay.
Yeah, I want to also ask if they're going to start finding more bodies.
Yeah, well, this one was from May 3rd. Let me see if I got anything more 2 days ago.
Poor family was on vacation, and
the
kids,
when they found
were
that,
like, what is that? And unfortunately, the guy was like, no, our vacation was ruined, and my kids are now like, because of
traumatized.
Haven't seen that.
That's not cool. Yeah, I'll share. Let's see, where am I at here? Okay, share screen. All right.
What? You've already made your appearance.
But I'm going to do it again. All right, so this is from NBC, believe it is. Decomposed body found in barrel on shore of shrinking Lake Mead in Nevada. Investigators believe the victim was killed in the 1970s or 80s based on the clothing and the shoes found on the body. So here's some footage. There's the lake. This is what it looks like, you guys. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw the video where they had people walking up to it, but they blurred out the...
Yeah, right here.
Like that. I mean, I
This
can't
is it.
tell anything from there.
No.
But
I think, you know. So that's what it looked like, folks, in case you're curious. And what it says is the human remains in a barrel were discovered Sunday along the drought-parched and receding shoreline of Nevada's Lake Mead. The National Park Service alerted Las Vegas police about the discovery. Investigators believe, like I said, the victim is from the 70s or the 80s based on the clothing and the shoes. A gunshot wound. We believe this is a homicide as a result of a gunshot wound. Okay. And let's see. They first investigated Sunday afternoon. Historically low water levels exposed last month. The water intake valve that was serving the Vegas area to customers since 1971. Wow. So Lake Mead and Lake Powell upstream are the largest human-made reservoirs in the U.S., part of a system that provides water to more than 40 million people, tribes, agriculture, and industry in Arizona, California, Colorado, Nevada, New Mexico, Utah, Wyoming, and across the southern border in Mexico, rather. Wow. I didn't know that. So let's take a look and see what this says. And I'll stop the share there. Blink. So I'm going to put body. No, I'm going to put remains. Okay. Remains in barrel. So people know what we're reading on. MEAD. Okay. Let's see. What I'd like to know is if they're going to be able to identify him. And how did he, obviously gunshot, but who was this person and what was their life like? Let's see. I think I'm going to use the Star Tarot. See what I get.
Does it say where he was shot, where the gunshot wound is?
It didn't. Because I was looking, it's like, okay, was this like in the head? Is this like a, you know?
So I keep
Usually
thinking
it's in the head.
Execution style?
Execution style.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it was a
front or maybe
because he was stuffed in a barrel.
Yeah, it does really feel like a mob.
It
thing.
does. So let's just see what we get if this looks like organized crime.
Yeah. First initial cards.
And if they'll find out who he is. I have a feeling they will.
Well, one of my cards is the Emperor card, so somebody put the hit on him.
Yes, it is male. The remains are male. The clothing and the shoes, yes, were, and remains were that of a male. From likely the 70s or 80s, based on the clothing and shoes.
Yeah, they said they were bought from Kmart. I was like, hey, I used to get my clothes at Kmart when I was younger. My mom used to work for them.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that. You know, my mom would even make some of my clothes.
Oh, but because of, shopping there and my family being, the poor white trash of Country Parkway, as I was called, people would love making jokes going, why did the bird go into Kmart? Why? Because it was cheap, cheap, cheap. Stuff like that around me. I had girls pulling up my labels, pulling up my clothes, pulling down my clothes to see what
Are
my
you
labels
kidding?
were.
That's crazy. That's stupid.
Yep. So believe me, I know what that's all about.
That's wrong.
I just hope they grew up to be better than that.
I hope so too. It says, Cal Lily says here, it says a second body was found. Yeah. So right near the first one. And her sense was that Vixen doses Jimmy Hoffa at last. I don't know. No, it wasn't a second body. It was just a second barrel. She clarifies. Okay.
That's kind of weird how she said it, because I got the chariot, and each one is a different color, like two bodies next to each other that were discovered. That's interesting. There was no body in the second barrel.
Tammy Aldrich says, "How gross." Yeah, it's pretty gross. Yeah, and Cal Lily says kids can be so effing cruel. Yes, they can.
That's why I'm glad I'm not growing up at that age in this time of era.
Oh, so glad. Okay.
Wow.
So let's see what we get on this guy. Tell us his story. Leave the gun, take the cannoli. Sorry, guys.
See, I can't watch any of those movies. Shan's like, but you watch the cop shows with the, and I said, honey, they don't show the entire dead body and stuff and whatnot. You're like watching these shows where blood's coming out, brains are being split. You know what I mean? It's just not the same thing.
I don't mind. Depends on what it is. I like the old Godfather films, but I've seen them so many times. It's like, yeah, that's enough. Let's see what we get. What is this guy's story? So let's just see with this. And will he be identified? Alrighty. Well, we get the Five of Cups, which is definitely loss, and he's definitely that card of like this person's deceased. Somebody missed him. And I also get, interestingly enough, there's two cups that are upright, but there's three that are spilled. So I wonder if there were two other people that were killed with this person. It's just a feeling that's coming.
It's interesting. They said there's another barrel, but there's no body. I don't necessarily trust that. Especially if they want to try to keep certain things hush hush.
There could be, this, maybe they'll find another one that's rolled a little further or something, but I don't know. I just feel like even if they dump them in different places, I feel like with this Five of Cups, it shows.
I got the Three of Cups, but it's interesting that there's three
that are spilt.
And
and there's three of cups in the Five of Cups that are spilt, and there's two that are upright. It just gives me a weird feeling. And I get two women, Queen of Pentacles and a Queen of Cups, adult women.
Princess of Cups.
Are these people that, where's my proper fan?
I have a feeling this is him. Because it came out. I have a feeling this is him. Because it's like when I was asking about him, the individual, it's both the King of Cups.
Oh, yes.
And I do feel like it's something to do with a woman, too. It might have been partially over a woman. I feel it's partially over a woman because a dancer, maybe.
Could well be. I'm getting the Knight of Wands.
Interesting.
So that's certainly very passionate, and it would fall under the card of like losing your life, like violence. Gunshot, for Pete's sake. Didn't even think of that. I don't think you can see it, but his wand is up and it's on fire. So it's like gun, like a gun. That Knight of Wands.
And it's funny because he was found in water, this individual.
Yes.
He's in water. Wow.
And then I get the Seven of Wands under the star. So I think he tried to beg for his life or to stand up for himself or say something that he thought would perhaps spare him.
It's interesting. So Princess of Cups. Then I had material happiness, 10 of Cups, which is a male. And then the 3 of Cups, which is abundance. So their happiness, it may have been like you said, a couple together, they were happy. Maybe somebody did not like that, because in the next one I got was despair and cruelty, the 9 of Swords, followed by a Ace of Swords, and then of course the Emperor. So I think somebody did not like this. It made them very angry, and that was the hit that was put on them. These other cards, though, Ace of Wands, Fire, I guess, Six of Wands.
Yeah, I think you're right about, like, it might have been a couple, because, like, I get the King of Cups,
Mm-hmm.
and then I get with the two women found in water.
And I get
or
two
the
women
man
as
and the
well.
woman. And then I have these two women, which looks like the same woman.
Huh.
With the Six of Swords and the Magician.
I got the
Like,
Queen
I don't feel like they didn't like the magnetism.
Uh-huh. It feels, because this feels very passionate. I have a lot of wands. I have the Knight of Wands,
Me
I have
too.
the Seven of Wands, and the Five of Wands. So this feels very passionate. And then we get the cups.
Six of Wands.
You know.
And that Chariot, maybe that could represent the guy and the girl, and them making the decision. They're being controlled, you know, or they were, because Chariot's about balance and control too. So maybe their relationship, you know, Queen of Swords. There's the female again.
I get
Ace
the
of
Three of
Pentacles.
Cups. And remember the 3 cups I saw down with the 5 of Cups? Here's the 3 of Cups upright. There's something about 3 people.
Cups.
Love triangle, something
There
like that.
Go.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody was a little too flirty with somebody else.
9 of Cups. So maybe they gave somebody the wrong impression when they were a little bit tipsy.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel like something's going to be revealed with the Justice card. Like, they've done everything under the sun to, like, hide this. I think something's, like, they've been found. I think they're going to figure out who this male figure is, at least.
Uh-huh. I get the King of Cups. I just pulled the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Yeah, I agree.
And I got the Magician too. I had the Queen of Swords. And then right in the middle of them was the Ace of Pentacles, which is new beginnings, possibly relationships, business, partners, things like that. Something the physical. And then the Magician, but is a male card. So I have that. But then the Sun card, they were found out.
Yep.
I got the Hierophant. Someone did not like that. And then I got the Tower. And so it just, yeah.
I still feel like it's connected to organized crime. I do.
And I pulled this. It says
Emperor.
It says killer sustained a wound during the murder. So maybe somebody bit them is kind of what I'm getting.
That makes me think of when
because
someone's being murdered and their hands are sliding down something.
And I did get the Seven of Wands that this man tried to fight back. That was one of the, cards that came right up, that he did try something. So he could have bitten. He could have, done like whatever it is, like you said.
Yeah. I think they scratched, bit, fought.
I'm sure.
They fought for their life. And I'm not really feeling the words on this. A witness may not be fully disclosing all the facts. Maybe it's they're not telling all the information that they have now. Some things still are yet to be revealed because they don't have complete facts and they don't want to put it out there, I guess. And then someone concerned a killer, or someone concerned the killer into murdering the victim, like they were lured. I feel like this couple was lured. And somebody made basically a deal with the devil to get rid of them, to do whatever they had to do to get rid of this couple.
This crime scene caution deck that she and I both have, that's the name of it, isn't it? Do you have the box by chance?
I
don't have mine near me.
That existed.
It was just
Or did yours come like this too? Yeah.
It just came in a bag. It was off Etsy.
Yeah, you can get it off Etsy and just type in crime scene caution.
You know, a lot of those cards run a little bit more. Was
like
that
what that says.
30 or
Killer
40
is a predator who tracks specific types of women. Maybe this person was stalking this couple.
That would not surprise me, and especially if it's somebody that's been hired to do a hit.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting with this. They made a deal with the devil. They made a deal with like somebody who had the capacity to get the job done.
Oh,
So it looks like money being exchanged between
hit for hire.
Yeah, it does. Ew.
I'm just going to ask
give
the cards a little bit about who did the killing and see what I get.
I'm going to see what I get with that deck. Let's see what comes up.
Yeah, defense. Somebody really fought back. There might be DNA and evidence under. I don't know if there's any DNA evidence that could be even left. Maybe checking under the nails and stuff. I don't know.
Or tape or anything.
But at least they'll be able to at least identify who it was and then look at the individuals.
That king of his life and maybe any missing women associated to him.
My last card, I was doing a 3 card, but I got the 3 of Cups again. It was I think a threesome. People were partying, having a good time.
I had that too, the 3 of Cups. I kept getting that, and then like it was a good time until it wasn't, y'all.
Until it wasn't. Page of Cups, immaturity, irrational, emotional, and then I got 10 of Pentacles. And for me, what's kind of creepy about this, it looks like, I don't know about you, Heather, but it looks like someone's bleeding from the pants. Like there's the bloodline, and then you see the water, and it's red. So it's like the water runs red. So I think someone paid money, 10 of Pentacles, for the hit. It was,
I have, with that deck, the same caution crime scene deck that Heather Campbell has. It says details leading up to the murder may be worth investigating. And then I pulled suspect lives near the crime scene. Now that wouldn't surprise me that the suspect would have lived within that area, because that's where they put things where they're comfortable, right? People included that they want to disappear. They put them in a place that they're comfortable with.
4 of Pentacles. So I'm thinking that this is immediately I thought the 3 involved and then the hit person, but this is also a solid location. To me, it's almost like she's looking out of, there's the water again, and then the woods. So it's kind of like look outside the box, look outside, since she's in a 4 room, for the answer. And then I also got the King of Cups.
I got the King of Cups. What are the chances of the 3 of us?
Yeah,
and
I got it twice.
And what was that? And I blabbed. 3 of Swords.
2 of Swords.
2 of Swords.
The guy in the water. Yeah.
I got that one too. I got that right after the King of Cups.
Oh, wow.
The 2 of Swords. So it might be like these do look like 2 different women too, like you said, threesome.
And
one's blonde, one's brunette.
I had the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. So 2 different women. Yeah, I think you're right.
And then it says, I got these 2. The killer is out of the area, so they might have moved, but killer may have an item belonging to the victim. So I'm wondering if they took like a
trophy,
like a necklace or something, because she has pearls around her neck.
Proof of that they did it.
Yeah.
A friend knows something.
Now, Carl really put the bullet in the corpse if it's still, because sometimes with the rust, they can remove the rust and still be able to, if under a magnify, because they got those microscopes that are like super magnification, and they should be able to look at the oh, what they call those is completely leaving me, but the marks
Mm-hmm.
as the birds are
Striations.
discharged, the striations. Thank you, and then be able to maybe match that to any other cases that were
Yeah.
committed by that same gun, and then
Very true. I keep getting that part.
But if they did a good job, that gun could be something they
logged on.
disposed of.
But if it's already in the system that so and so had
Ah,
committed a murder, you know, that
yeah.
could be still possible evidence. It'll be circumstantial at this point,
Right.
but at least it would still give them something to work off of.
And the name of this deck that both Heather C. and I have is called the
True crime.
Joan Barrett found it. Thank you for that. True Crime Murder Mystery Oracle deck, and you can get it off Etsy.
Yeah, the other day we already had another murder this week.
Yeah, it says for entertainment purposes only.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, murder mystery oracle. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. And again, entertainment purposes only.
Mm-hmm.
And if everybody in the chat and Maya, I don't know if you know, or Heather, if you know, Aiden did get COVID in and around his birthday. Yeah, he was on some channels yesterday, hanging out in the chat room and tried doing one. But he said that in and around on his birthday, he got it. So
no.
Just him and light and first to Aiden, yeah.
Oh, Aiden, I'll send you some Reiki later, my friend.
But I'm not surprised being in
I thought he looked tired.
And everything.
I thought he looked a little tired. I did.
It's kind of funny. I just pulled the devil.
Oh.
And it's a female.
I got judgment.
Ooh.
With the 6 of Pentacles.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
So again,
the woman was angry.
We're definitely looking at Lake Mead.
5 of Wands. Yeah, not
remains
so happy.
found.
Somebody's not happy in the relationship. Then the Wheel of Fortune. Someone decided to seal. And it's a female too, holding the rose. And then the Knight of Pentacles is a female holding it. So yeah, I think it might have been.
We have a lot of female energy in here, don't we, with these cards?
Well, with these ones here, it's kind of hard because most of the cards are all feminine based, which kind of makes it a little difficult.
But when I was using I think this is called the Trip and Weight or the Groovy Weight, I got, the only male card I got was the King of Cups. And then I got the other two, the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. But he was the only, and I kept, shuffling. And that was the only male card that came up. So I want to see.
The couple have been very happy. They were very much in love. 10 of Cups, happiness, bliss. But then I got the 8 of Swords. That was ended right there. And again, the Page of Cups for me, very emotional, immature, overly, yeah, you just look at her face and she's got a skull next to her in the water. I mean, come on.
My goodness. And again, remains that were found in a barrel in the water.
Yep. And you don't want to mess with her. She looks pretty pissed off.
Yeah, it's kind of.
She's a redhead.
You've been seeing that blonde, and then the redhead. Look at this.
Pisses off.
Redhead.
Yep.
Redhead. Different cards.
I should see.
All redheads.
That was with the star.
And then Kate of Pentacles.
Or was it?
What a twisted tale we weave.
Yes, very strange. I'm going to see if there's just one more deck that I might want to try just for.
I'm just going to grab my pendulum and ask if this was a love triangle.
Yeah.
Crime of passion.
Yeah.
Love triangle, jealousy. Never ends well.
You know, that kind of crap. Ooh. Let's see here. Might
And
as
then
well.
look at the bottom.
Yeah.
Ace of Cups, the redhead.
Oh.
Emotional overload.
Just saying, don't make
Hot,
us angry.
heavy.
No.
I won't turn green. I'll turn red.
Yes. Let me see. So I'm going to ask, was a woman, did a woman order this hit?
What did I put like that?
I get the devil and I get obsession, but this doesn't have any kind of, I think that it's a yes. Oh, well, I get a King of Wands, but that could be the person that they hired to do it, the shooter. Shotgun, not shotgun, but I don't know if it's shotgun, but shooting the gun because it was a gunshot wound, it was said. Yep, 3 of Swords, you guys. I can confirm that. I do think it's a love triangle, too.
That's what I gave with my pendulum.
Yep, Ace of Cups, love initiation. Woo-hoo. Not so
and
much.
Again, it is a man that was the one that pulled the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
Yeah, 7 of Swords, deception and strategy. It's got a person holding
Cleaning. Oh, boy. Yeah, they sure cleaned up their mess.
And then it was all a game, like we were talking about. I think until like they decided to get like married.
Oh,
like committed.
There you go.
Ooh. Oh my God, yeah, 3 of Pentacles. And it says collaboration. This is like, it shows 2 people holding hands. And it was a secret relationship. And they were trying to strategize something. Deception and strategy, working together on something. And then there's the fight, conflict and competition. Old wounds, 5 of Cups. So that's 2 5s right there.
Oh.
And 2 3s. Ooh. The sun, so there will be illumination. And justice. And I get the word soul contract.
Yeah, this was planned, 8 of Pentacles. Even though this doesn't look like 8 of Pentacles, but it was planned. Then I got the Hierophant, the person that she reached out to, and Ace of Wands. Yeah, not happy whatsoever. And then Justice, she wanted justice. He ended up 10 of Swords in the water.
Oh my goodness.
It just hit me that now. And then Knight of Swords. So I think it was a guy who went ahead and,
took care of.
Although in this picture, it seems like he was very, didn't really want to do it, but that's just
the images on that, like not even the words, because I'm not even looking at the words. The rowboat.
Oh, yes.
Like the water, the dumping ground, the crime of passion.
Yes.
Oh
and
my
then,
goodness.
Staying in a situation too long. And then the transition.
And which deck one is that?
This is Lavender Love by Be Love and Crystals. It's a love deck.
A love deck. Just so people know.
I think that's what EQ uses.
I love this deck. I love her cards. They speak to me.
That looks really cool. I'll have to put that down on my list.
She's got a bunch of really great decks. And then She's got the Autumn's
Forward?
Delight.
Oh, you'll have to forward me a link.
Yeah, I will, for sure.
Thanks.
Mischief.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's a good one.
I love her decks. They're really clear, is what I love about them.
They pull no punches.
No, they do not.
Okay, let's see. So I think that they are going to find out who this person is. I mean, we get Justice. And there's going to be an interesting story to go along with it, it seems like to me.
5 of Swords. She took care of that.
She took out the trash. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not
Queen
nice.
of Cups.
Oh.
And then I had the Queen of Wands.
Ooh. Jiminy Cricket.
And it's Vixen Dose says that it sounds like they knew if their relationship became public, they were in danger. Yeah, that's what I got with the actually that crime deck, this murder mystery oracle, was that they had to keep it secret.
Mm-hmm.
Like the 8 of Pentacles I got, it was something that was kept, like in a book. It was secret. It was secret knowledge.
And
we were developing this relationship.
Yeah.
I think they were scared because look at that terror.
Oh.
They were terrified. Somebody found, I think there's letters that were exchanged between the couple, and maybe that's how they were found out. And as soon as that was found out,
over with. Yeah, somebody's being given a job.
Yep.
Because we have the 8 of Cups. These like all popped out together. Ace of Swords.
Oh, that just says
the Chariot.
Makes me wonder, like putting them in a vehicle and taking them out and dumping them in the lake.
And the three Pentacles and the 3 of Cups. So
3 people, love triangle. It keeps slapping us upside the face. Yep.
I think she had somebody, like maybe, I don't know, she had a brother or somebody who was really connected, and she was a woman scorned, and she...
Yeah. I get that there's definitely 2 women and a man and a love triangle. So that'll be interesting. And I got Justice in the Sun. So it seems at some point we'll know more about the situation.
Yeah. I'm looking for the courtship card in this deck, but I want to see what the...
Thank you, Tracy Ralph.
Around it.
She says, you ladies are quite the detectives. Great reads.
Okay, wait a minute, where did it go? Sorry.
You're welcome to join us on Thursdays if you want to, Heather C.
Oh, God, love
this.
I love
to. Yeah, I love doing this. It's fun.
I think the fact that we're all getting the same cards means our energy works. So, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so courtship. What did I get here? Oh, okay. This is something that was in the back of my head. One of the reasons why they might have gotten angry because somebody was already married. I got the marriage card.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what that was with the ring.
Occupation, which led to their courtship. And
I wonder if he had an affair with a dancer.
I think he did.
At work or something, because that's kind of what I was picking up.
You should, Heather C. You're good, Tracy Ralph says.
Thank you.
You are. Joan Barrett says, what I don't get is my 3 cards for who was this are all women in my deck.
Ooh, there you go.
And it's not really a woman-centric deck. Oh, yeah. Well.
Oh, did you not see it? Sorry.
I didn't get to.
It's the Sun.
Oh, wow. I love that deck. It's pretty, though. But you got it as well.
Someone shined the light on them. They got caught.
I think somebody's going to feel comfortable, perhaps enough that they can. And that's the
Ace of Cups.
Ace of Cups. Yep. Something's going to come spilling out because usually that cup is overflowing.
And the eye, like looking.
Oh, I didn't see that. I love that card.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
They might have had someone put a what do you call those, private detectives on them.
I was just going to say that she probably hired a private eye to tail him, and then somebody to finish him.
Yeah, I got gift again. I got the marriage card again, without even looking for it, and privileged lady. So she was a lady of money.
Yes, privileged lady is the lady of wealth.
This was a wealthy family, and then after that was the wealthy man. So perhaps that was who. It'd be
ended
interesting
up in
to see if that's who he
barrel?
was a wealthy man in the barrel.
That would be interesting.
Oh, she got a message. Oh, and it landed right under the gift. I wonder if he got her something or vice versa. And she got a message about it. Maybe a bill or something. And there goes the occupation again.
Maybe a ring, because you did get the card of the ring, didn't you, Heather C?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you did? Okay, there you go.
Could be a piece of jewelry.
Or that ring could have been letting us know that this couple, one of them was married.
Yeah, I definitely
keep getting occupation, and I don't know what that means. There's the courtship card right next again to the occupation. So I'm wondering if she was, hired help. She might have been hired help in the house. If he were wealthy, he might have been having an affair with the nanny or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Heather
I got out of this is things spun out of control. So it's like a vehicle.
And you kept getting the chariot, and now you're getting
Well, they thought about going and getting a divorce. I got adjudication. Was that one?
Love triangle.
Oh God, you got it as well. We all three.
So there was consideration, I think, for divorce, even though back then they were having thoughts about it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think community, it would have reflected badly on them in the community. So
and be embarrassing. Your husband's cheating, throwing you over for a younger, scandalous.
Oh my God. Okay. False person, but then mature woman. That could have been maybe the wife or whatever, Cutwin, but there they go. There's the lovers.
Yep. And Joan Barrett says, "Oh, I think you guys are on the right track with someone inside the household being a part of a situation. I feel that my cards show that too."
Love triangle. And it was a love triangle and depression.
Oh boy.
Yep. Trying to get these. Sorry, other way. I'm trying to figure it out. But the water, like the beach side.
Yes, and then there's more water in the pictures.
Yeah. And I keep getting money.
Ew.
Lots of money. These people have money. Gift, unexpected sudden wealth, unexpected income. Hey, where did she get that? Or where did she get the money for that? Yeah, it had to do with the family. I think she was a caretaker in the house of some sort.
The mother.
There's the family room.
The matriarch.
So, yeah, because she came from poverty. Yeah, she was
literally. Wow.
Yeah.
And I wonder if the fun, very 70s, 80s, the disco ball.
The disco.
Oh my God! Why don't you? There should be a bump of cocaine to go with that.
Yep. That was the disco era.
Yep.
Yeah, that's interesting. And then you get that little. I love bits like that when you get those little surprises, those little, what I call them, Easter eggs. They're like, wow, oh my goodness, this is weird. And Calla Lily says, I got the sun in my murder deck.
There's the sun again. It was exposed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Their relationship had been exposed. Now the body's been exposed, so we'll see if they'll get exposed.
Yeah, what I wonder is, was he like a gambler? I'm just trying to picture, somebody that could make a lot of money. Because, if he's good with cards, like some people are really good. they can make a lot of money, but they also have it kind of like open to that lifestyle where maybe he could get another younger lady on his arm, or, I don't know. It's interesting.
No,
Maybe
we're not
she
helping out with it.
tapped the shoulder of some mafioso types to help her out.
That's
Unless
what
the
I'm
women found
guessing.
out they were both being played and they decided to take care of him.
Let's see.
That popped in my head. I'm just like kind of sitting here going,
Yeah,
so I'm
sometimes
trying to figure out how to ask questions, and I was just like, what else can I ask? And I was like, and that popped in my head. I'm like, okay, so
yeah.
let's see if the
Normally I wouldn't take this many cards, but I got the Emperor, so we were talking about somebody who had authority.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got the Four of Pentacles, who had, I feel like
I
if
got
somebody
that
had
too.
information. Huh?
I got that card too.
Wow.
Page of Wands, or, yeah, Page of Wands. Like that stuff came to light. And then I got the Ten of Cups. So like you said, family matter within the household. Something was definitely going on, so they had to make a decision on how to handle it.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, yes.
And they feel like they got away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it led to a lot of fighting.
Oh, the devil.
And I got the devil as well.
Yeah,
But
I pulled the devil several times.
Yeah. The world, the star, the emperor, and the hanged one. So this is a man, again, the emperor, an older man, a more established man, and that would make sense if he had some money.
I wonder if it was like her father, this third party's father, or like an uncle or something.
And maybe
somebody owed somebody a favor.
Mm-hmm.
They got temperance, so somebody was losing patience.
Mm-hmm. And this is a delay with the hanged man. And it's also kind of a sacrifice. I mean, card.
Three of Pentacles, so they work together to take care of the situation. And then I got the Page of Swords, just like Heather just did. So I think a woman was strongly behind it. I mean, you look in her eyes and she is angry. It's almost like you can see blood in her eyes, literally.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm wondering if there's some, because I got this again. It came out again. So like I said, it's staying in a situation too long.
Uh-huh.
And then I got impact. Other way.
Oh, that's a cool deck.
It is.
Like maybe somebody got hit with a car before they stuffed him in the barrel. And we still got the blood prints down the side of the car, maybe. Something like that. Something.
Well, we also I'm getting the judgment card, so I feel like somebody was definitely being held to account. But I get justice too, so I think we're going to find out the whole story, or the deeper story, the bigger story about who this is and the bigger picture. Four of Wands and Temperance. Yep. Somebody definitely wanted to keep, I feel like, their position in society. And again, within the home. This is definitely their idea of how you take care of it.
That impact card, that's what that meant. They had to set an example.
I get the 8 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah.
I got the 8 of Pentacles, yeah.
Something about doing something over and over again with the money. I think, like, was this guy a card player? Was he, how did he get that money? I'm going to ask that. Was he a card player?
Really can't make this up. The Wheel of
I
Fortune.
know, right? Wheel of Fortune.
It's like the Wheel of Fortune. The Lovers. King of Wands.
Wow.
Yep.
So it's that love affair being exposed.
And all that passion and those feelings. Let's see. I'm gonna ask: was he a gambler? Was he a card player or something? Who was this?
Well, I asked about him. And I got the Six of Pentacles. So
Like
Six
a winner.
of Pentacles is,
Mhm.
back and forth a little bit here because in
I
my
wonder.
other deck it shows
I was
three
getting
going on.
maybe he like arranged the fights that they have in Vegas or something.
Could well
'Cause I
be.
got the boxing, the Impact.
Oh
Could
yes.
be money involved.
I get 2 of Cups, Ace of Wands. Yeah. 5 of Cups, the water again, the Ace of Cups, the water again.
Yeah.
Feelings,
Queen of
emotion,
Cups.
family, 10 of Cups. Sorry, 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. Yeah, this person, I think made the woman feel like this was a cross to bear. Making him bear the
I got
cross.
the Suffering card in the original shuffle. I got the Nine of Swords.
And it's around family. I think, she's angry because it threatened her family dynamic.
The family name. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole family dynamic with the 10 of Pentacles and probably everything she wanted or something. Joan says, I'm going to say maybe the victim was investing in real estate or a builder just due to the imagery in my cards. That's quite possible. Wheel of Fortune sounds like gambling, though. It sure does.
Mhm.
And there's no reason that he couldn't be doing both. Maybe
Mhm.
a contractor with a gambling habit.
Like the dancers, kind of. But yeah, the Hierophant, like family tradition, the way
That's
things
right.
are done.
And that can be marriage, too.
And then we got the Eight of Pentacles, which it affected what they were building. And that's when
Yes.
the dark side came out.
Yeah, because I got the 8 of Pentacles and the 2 of Pentacles. So then that building energy goes wobbly.
See, I told you, Miss Maya, Mama Maya, Auntie Maya. I had to come on and say hi.
Hello, Fluffy.
We're saying
Hello. Oh, she's so cute.
Oh,
hi. Now it's time to go. Okay. She
All
wants us.
right.
It's way past her bedtime, so she's like, "Why are you guys still up?"
We're just finishing up.
It's like patient. It's just weird how cats and dogs, the animals are like on a time thing too.
It's true.
funny.
I still have my bear cat is right here. Hello, Booby. I call her Booby.
Oh, he's so beautiful.
It's a she, but it's okay.
Oh, she. I'm sorry.
It's all right. She's a big girl. Let me move that for you. Too much stuff, huh?
I'm just going to ask if they're going to. No, actually, no, because if they do solve it, it still may be a family with a name that's not going to want that information out.
Well, I got the Sun and the Justice
Especially
a
if
bunch of times.
Oh, okay.
But I think it's gonna. I think, and then I got the Judgment. So I feel like we might end up finding a lot more about. Yeah, it could be like an indulgent lifestyle.
Oh, excuse me, kitty hair.
No problem. Oh, that's cute. Vixen doses. Hi, House Panther Kitty. Did you hear that, Bear? There's also other kitties.
See, now Ziva used to be that dark, but now that she's 14, all that brownish fur that was under her black is
She's
now
got the
all turned
brownish
silver. Yep.
It's so pretty. She's got such a beautiful coat.
Do you have any kitties, Heather?
I have one. Her name is Gypsy, and I love her to pieces.
Oh. What's Gypsy look like?
She's a calico.
Oh, I love calicos.
She's adorable. Those eyes. I saw her. I actually got her at the Humane Society here, so it's like a no-kill shelter here.
Oh.
And I saw those eyes. I was just like looking, and oh my gosh, she had the most beautiful eyes. And I went and she came down and loved me, and I looked at her and I was like, oh my gosh, it's too perfect.
It's like, I'm taking you home.
Yeah. I was trying to take 2 kitties home, but I guess the other kitties don't get along with other kitties. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just take her then.
Yeah. Oh, look who's made of. It's the tarot idiot.
Oh,
Can
tarot.
someone
I don't
thank
have
you,
that talent.
Vixen Doe? You took care of that.
Jesus. Excuse me.
Yeah, I even blocked that person. So it's weird that they got around my block because I blocked their
IP.
You shall not permit a sorceress to live. You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Who's digging at it? Sorry, she's being extremely obnoxious now.
You kitty?
Yes, so I had to.
No worries. She's being obnoxious. Were you being a bad kitty?
They want something. They're determined.
Yep, she's one of them.
Yeah, IT guy. That person goes around to tarot channels and
Maya, when you said
bugs
bad
them.
kitty, Shan said she turned around and looked towards us over here. Said, yeah, she talked about you.
Yeah, you were a little naughty kitty.
Naughty kitty.
Okay, and I agree. That what was it? So Cat Lily's getting the 6 of Rage, Tyrant, Imp of Decay. I don't know what that is. And the 9 of Rage, Overpowered. So I don't know this deck well, but obviously somebody was pissed off majorly.
You know, Imp of Decay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yes, IT guy, Tarot Destroyer definitely needs to get
Oh my God, yes.
They need to get a
so
friggin'
many people keep blocking and they break through. I don't know if it's
Yeah, I'm gonna contact YouTube again tomorrow about their thank you, Vixendo. But I think we've gotten pretty much what we can get on this case, unless you guys want if there's anything more.
I'll probably like later on or in the next couple of days, check the news again or
come back
or maybe just focus on one aspect and just do that and then kind of like shoot off a message and see what y'all think.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. Heather, are you on or do you have like anything on Facebook or Instagram? Any one of those Heather Indigo Chrysalis?
Oh, yeah, I'm on Instagram and I'm on Facebook. I don't.
Oh, good.
I check Facebook during the day to see what's going on in the falls because every day something is going on here.
Right.
But Instagram, I have mostly my my artwork.
Okay, well, cool. Just text me that so I can what was I going to do? So I have that. Because I can forward you quickly stuff on through the message thing.
The messenger.
Yeah.
Heather, you're on Instagram too. I think I've seen you pop on lives with Sonia.
Both.
Yeah, she's got both as well. Thank you,
Dora.
Dora.
Like personal stuff.
YouTube, Instagram. I don't really bother too much with Facebook anymore, but it's just like, wait a minute, am I subscribed to them here? Am I?
I know, right? I have to do that too. It's like, wait a minute. Thank you.
I usually go and like look in the details. Usually people post their Instagram or their Facebook if they have one. But mine are personal, so unless you're like in a group with me. I had to make mine
personal too because I kept getting idiots. These guys making these, friend requests or saying, "Hey, beautiful," or I don't know, and I'm like,
"Oh
that's
God!"
I just had to go and do private because I was getting sick and tired every other day, or twice a day sometimes, going through block, unfollowed, and it's just like, really get a life.
It's true. It's true. That's the one thing when I go over there, I got to sort through all that. But
it really just gets me when it's the military, older military, and like, look at me, I'm a military dad, and I'm like,
it's a fake. A lot of those are fake. They're fake ones.
Let's see.
But anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming on tonight and checking out these two crimes with us. And we'll be back, next Thursday
know
if
me,
you guys want to watch us.
I'm here because nobody else does crime.
That's so strange.
videos,
well, it does take a
certain mysteries. Sometimes Scott and Andrea, some of their mysteries will have maybe an old, unsolved, famous, or strange
element
or element to behind it. They'll do, but yeah.
Wow.
I have a very interesting one. It's kind of based on conspiracy. Well, a lot of things based on conspiracy turn out to be real in some aspect, but it has to do with the Titanic. So I'll shoot you off a message.
Okay. Yeah, I am.
I'm focused a lot on Titanic because I had a past life on there. So when they post something, I'm like, oh, that's like the BS alarm goes off, just because I'm like, wait a minute, and then I see a video and go, that's why I feel that way, or this makes it, you know what I mean? So
yeah, I do.
I develop my find out a little bit about a past life through the things that I learned. So that's very fascinating.
It is, and that's something I would like to do more readings on as well. There's so many different ones. Yes. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. But Heather C., you're more than welcome if you want to just come right up next Thursday. That would be grand.
Yeah, for sure. This is actually like the perfect time for me because I work till like 6. So, 6 p.m. here.
Right, so. And you're an hour behind me. So no, ahead of me, right? Because you're Mountain Time, right?
Yeah, Mountain Standard Time.
Right. Because I'm Pacific, and then Heather's Eastern. So, but it works out.
It works out pretty by time, but I have no major plans in the morning. I sleep in, so.
Right on. I try to, but the cat doesn't usually let me.
Nope. She's in my medication and knocks me out. So Shanna's the one that gets jumped on first thing in the morning. Give us our wet food. Da, 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 da. Get up, play with us. So yeah.
That's right.
I'm up probably earlier than anybody in my house.
And Are you? In bed the latest?
Yeah. My husband was just texting me. He's like, I don't know what he said. I was like, well, I can't answer it, so you have to wait.
Well, you can tell me you're on your way.
I'll be on my way soon. But.
That's so cool. IT guy says, thanks for doing this. Appreciate you doing readings for the ones that many don't know about. Yeah, that's I mean, to me, that's even more interesting is just and more reason to do it is just that your average. I feel like when we put a little bit of light on it, I don't know. I think it helps somehow to loosen up some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
At least I hope so. So I believe in doing it. And we'll see you guys here again next week. And if you guys
and Maya, let me know if you're up and you're, everything's nice, cool, calm at your place. Give me a holler because I'm free on the night. So if you ever want to say, hey, it's a good night,
I'll check and make sure that. Yes, I will. I will do that. So I tell you what, thank you guys. Make sure if you would to give us a thumbs up and give them a follow, please. Again, we've got Indigo Chrysalis Tarot, Indigo Chrysalis Tarot with Heather and Heather.
To work on the name.
After all these hours of talking, I'm tongue tied, and we have Heather Campbell, Silver Star Priestess. So I'm working on it.
You're okay, Maya.
I think we're all ready for the bed.
Yes. Yeah. And thank you so much. We'll see you again.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Thank you.
A pleasure.
With you.
A pleasure to have you from the chat in front of the camera.
I love having multiple readers. I like all different aspects. So yes.
I do too. I'm going to go pull off these false lashes. I'll see you guys later.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.